We as early educators, we do not do this job for the wages and salary. We do this job because we know that the first 5 years of a child's life is very important for the milestones in child development. But for many families, they have to come with the reality that when a child is 6 to 8 weeks, that they have to go back to work because they simply just can't afford to stay at home. Investing in childcare means more income for families and education for the future of our children. One of the problems that families face is that childcare is just too expensive, but they can't afford to sit at home and not work. What we need in the community is funding from the government that will help working families with expenses that are affordable so that families can help feel comfortable leaving their children in the hands of caregivers who love and advocate for children and instead of enrolling them in centers that are low income and in areas where staff members do not love their jobs and are not well educated enough to take care of the babies. Reports have shown that child care expenses exceed housing expenses by 3 out of 4 regions in the US. Families are spending 20% of their annual income on child care. Many families are taking into consideration where to work or rather to even go back to work at all. This need is so important to me because I had some of the same problems when I had to go back to work and having another child. When I applied for assistance, they said that I made $38 too much for before and after care for my child. It was so hard and tiresome trying to get help with getting him put on the bus or paying an extra 200 a week just for him to attend before and after care at a child care center. Even with me trying to plead my case on how that bonus that I got for a COVID relief was just a one time amount that was given to us, that didn't matter. I was told over and over that I had to reapply in 6 months. This made me feel devastated and lost because I knew how hard it would be to get help with my child getting him on the bus. I knew that I would be worried whether or not he got on the bus on time or even if someone were able to get him off the bus in the afternoons. I felt hopeless. I thought about talking to my supervisor to see if I can cut my hours or change my hours, but I knew that that would be less money coming into my household. Without funding to help families, children aren't getting the additional education needed to grow. Families are more stressed because of the decrease in income in their home. Overall attitudes in the community may even raise crime rates because of the lack of money in the homes. Families who can benefit from funding are those receiving child care subsidy vouchers from the Wake County government and families that have one or more parents who attend school. Children of families with low income could benefit from this because the income reduces stress and provides a stable and nurturing environment at home because it allows the parents to go out and work without worrying. Students in the area or online may receive grants and scholarships for childcare funding in schools who help assistance with or having schools that help with assistance in childcare aid. CCAMPIS sends federal dollars to schools with low income students to help with childcare. Receiving assistance for childcare from the government will help families in need and working with the community as a whole. It reduces absenteeism from work, employees with better attitudes while at work because they are comfortable with the programs they have for their children in the areas that they're enrolled in. Additional assistance could help improve community relations. Social services agencies in an area administer all funding locally to programs in the community. They accept all applications from applicants who apply. The DCDEE oversees subsidized child care assistance program. They check for licensure, they check they ensure that the health and safety of children in the program, and they conduct background checks for people who are willing to become employed in the program. By contacting our local U.S. representatives in my area, that would be David Eugene Price from the Democratic Party, who has been representing my area since 1996. You can contact him on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. He has a main office in Washington, D.C., in room 2108, and a contact number of 202-225-1784. These are just a few resources that can help with identifying issues in childcare expenses as educators. We advocate for our local legislatures and policymakers, and hopefully, some sort of change will come soon.